I talked to him Sunday night, and I know I don't think it's hit him yet. And it hadn't hit him even as of last night that this has all happened, even though he's right in the midst of it already. But I think he was excited, no doubt about it. I think he's always loved New York. I think he's always loved playing there. I don't think there's any question that if he was going to have to leave, that this would be a choice that he would make to be able to be with the Knicks. And I think they're going to love him. I think I think it changes the whole outlook of the East immediately with him going in there.
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. And today, I want to talk about the Knicks acquiring OG Anunoby. Some of the things Stephen A. Smith's been saying about how he's not sold on the trade, trading away Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett to get OG Anunoby, and also his infatuation with wanting Donovan Mitchell in a New York Knicks uniform. First and foremost, I have to say, if you have Brunson in the backcourt, 6'6" guard, you don't bring a 6'1" shooting guard and Donovan Mitchell in because he's looking at this thing as like an NBA championship, having those type of aspirations for the team, right? So that's not the move that they need to make. Bringing in OG Anunoby to this roster is more valuable than that. And from what everyone is saying, the Knicks aren't finished with making their moves. Now, Emmanuel Quickley, he was perfect coming off the bench for Jalen Brunson. He would even, you could plug him in when Brunson was out with an injury, and the team, he would go on for like career highs during that time, letting like he's arrived and he's actually a guard. Being as young as he is, at some point he's going to want to be a starter, because you have to remember, Quickley is at the point in his career where he wants to earn the most money he can get. He's not like a vet that came in and provided that. So it's totally different. So Quickley was always gonna leave at some point, right? As he continues to rise, and when he started, he had games looking like a Tyrese Maxey or something. He wasn't gonna want to come off the bench for the duration of his career. So I think they did really good. You look at OG Anunoby's situation in Toronto. You got Siakam, you got Scotty Barnes, and he's the odd man out of that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to take a look at what Stephen A. Smith had to say, and I'm going to tell you what I agree with and don't agree with about his takes. Let's peep it.
All right, time for a quick take. Stephen A., your Knicks making money moves. New York acquired 3-and-D specialist OG Anunoby and 2 other players from the Raptors in exchange for RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and a 2024 second-round pick. S.A., talk to me. You like the trade?
I'm not moved. Let me say this, Shay. The Knicks are better. They're certainly better defensively. And Anunoby doesn't require the ball the way R.J. Barrett does. He's a better three-point shooter and catch and shoot threes. Not only that, he's shooting like 44% from threes from the corner. So he doesn't need the ball as much, which frees the ball up for Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. I'm not sure about Julius Randle come playoff time. And when he's that formidable option. I needed a third guy. You've improved defensively. I don't have any problem with Barrett being gone. I get it. I don't think he worked in that particular situation, even though I'm hopeful for his future in the NBA. Emmanuel Quickley, I did not want to lose.
Right.
I did not want to lose this kid.
Yeah.
Okay, he is special.
Yeah.
And he's the runner for Sixth Man of the Year last season. The brother can ball.
Yeah.
And not having him there, to me, puts a lot more on Jalen Brunson. It gives Thibodeau an excuse to go with like 7 and just run you into the ground and have you fatigued come playoff time. And it doesn't improve their chances, as far as I'm concerned, to beat Boston or Milwaukee because of their inability to score with those guys.
Right.
Again, it doesn't make them worse. It makes them better defensively without question.
Right.
But it's not what I think was needed most. I don't want to hear about DeJounte Murray. All right, go out and get Donovan Mitchell. You got 8 first-round picks available to you. Use a couple, damn it. Get him. Get somebody of that ilk, and I'll be far more excited than I am about this. But it doesn't make them worse, and I know that much.
Now, Stephen A. Smith made some good points about the pressure on Brunson. I think that's a well thought out assessment. we'll look at how like they staggered Brunson's minutes yesterday in a different way, where he went out a little earlier in the first, returned with the second unit in the second quarter, right? So they have a plan in the interim, but will Malachi Flynn, Deuce McBride, will it be one of those guys? Will someone else step up and emerge as, the backup point guard for this team? Will they have to go out and get somebody? You know what I'm saying? Either or, right? So that's valid. And also they did get better defensively. My issue with Stephen A. Smith is going out and getting Donovan Mitchell. A lot of times, and this is no slight to Donovan Mitchell as a player, gives his maximum effort, can score the ball really well, volume score, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure if that's what the Knicks need. You have Jalen Brunson, one of the best point guards in the entire NBA. You got Julius Randle, and he's taking a lot less threes this year. You know what I'm saying? And he's shooting the best he shot from the field, not from the arc, but from the field as a New York Knick. You know what I'm saying? He's up to 47%. And even if he gets that down to 2 less threes a game, I bet you he'd shoot around 50% a game. Because he when he plays bully ball, he's one of the better power forwards in the entire NBA. And it ain't got to just be bully ball. You saw he was stepping out, hitting jumpers later in the game. But I look at that as, you attack early, get to the foul line. Anybody that's played knows when you make a few free throws, the basket opens up. Just seeing it go through the nets a few times opens up the basket for you, and you're able to get into a rhythm from all over the floor, right? So I look at that. And Julius Randle had noticeably more room to operate yesterday, with OG Anunoby being a specialist from the corners. I think that opens up Brunson, even though he was off 5 for 23, one of the worst games you'll ever see Jalen Brunson play. So don't even expect a duplicate of that performance probably for the rest of the season. But you see that from him. And OG came in, fit like a glove the first day. He's more of a fit for this team than Donovan Mitchell. And they say the Knicks aren't done. So, okay, that money you would have had to pay to match whatever they offered quickly in the free agent market, you could use that to go out and get some other pieces. And I think that is the plan. So, obviously, they saying that this doesn't put them over Milwaukee, Boston, or Philly. I think looking at Philly, they would have a puncher's chance against Philly if Embiid is not healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because that happens in the playoffs frequently. Tyrese Maxey, he looks like he's ready to take off and show that it's his team, but now it's expected of him. That pressure is on him now to actually go out and do it. And it's not like, the blame will go towards Harden this time and Embiid. It's going to go towards Maxey and Embiid this time. So that's a different pressure. And I look at Jalen Brunson, and I look at if Julius Randle keeps attacking the basket, he puts pressure on the defense. OG Anunoby being able to defend someone like a Tobias Harris, I think, the matchup could be interesting. Milwaukee, I think that matchup can be interesting. Just from the standpoint that they haven't been able to find their consistency yet. They're going through some coaching things. I think they let go of Coach Bud a little too early. And I feel like, Adrian Griffin's still figuring out some things. The Bucks, they struggle with teams they shouldn't be struggling with. I look at the Knicks and I'm like, that could be an interesting matchup. Now, I would say that the Celtics are a bit better than them, but the Celtics are the best team in the East. But if you even look at them, right, there isn't just this one move that made this possible, right? They acquired Derek White some time back, a few years back. They traded away Grant Williams, and those guys brought in Kristaps Porzingis. They were able to get Drew Holiday. So it's a lot of times when you put yourself in position to be the best team, it isn't just this one move that makes everything change your fortunes, right? But I'm here to say the OG Anunoby move is a move in the right direction, is a better fit than Donovan Mitchell for the current New York Knicks. Instead of running a midget backcourt, you know what I'm saying? So now, yes, keep acquiring pieces. That money you would have had to match with quickly. You spend that wisely. You know, RJ Barrett, he's gone. He didn't fit with the team quite as well with what you wanted to do. And those guys are probably going to go to Toronto and flourish. They had good first games with the team last night. Both started, so it was a win-win type of thing for each team. Now, the Knicks have to continue to build on this and round out that roster, but I like what I see, to be honest with you. I want to know your thoughts in the comments section, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.